Now, of course, there'd been a lot of media attention on the trial of several individuals who were arrested in connection to the murder of Chicago legend in the rap game FBG Duck. You know, you might know about O-Block from Chief Keef's music. You might know about O-Block from King Von's music, his music videos, his infamous song Took Her to the O. Just gas from the strip, but she from Keki. Hard song. All right, I heard them playing that in the background of the Misfits boxing the other day, and I knew then that King Von had truly gone clear. All right, shout out to What's the Dirt in the chat with the $10. But listen, everybody had been wondering what was going to happen with this FBG Duck case. You know, a lot of speculation on how it was going to go down, and the verdict finally came in. I know I'm a few days late on it, but I did have a broken PC. It was a little bit frustrating, if I'm completely honest with you. But the verdict has finally come in. And the jury is quite literally out, or is it in? Is the jury out, or is the jury in? I don't quite remember how that saying goes officially. But people, I'm here to inform you. I'm here to report, okay, the news cold off the presses, because this is old at this point. But it is what it is, man. 6 reputed gang members have been found guilty. Bang that gavel, people. Guilty as charged in the Gold Coast slaying of rapper FBG Duck. One quote here saying O-Block is done. It's over. You know what O in O-Block stands for? Over. Now that's not true. O-Block still exists. Parkway Gardens housing project still exists. And there are still several hot rappers coming out of O-Block. So, you know what I'm saying? O-Block, the gang, very well may be done. O-Block, the legendary hotspot for recording artists to emerge from, and infamous housing complex is still in existence. Shout out to the up-and-coming rappers coming out of O-Block like Durkee and Ike and them. But it's crazy. Is a quote. Knowing that they will not do that to another family brings me comfort, said Duck's mother, Lashina Weekly, who insisted that the verdict marked the downfall of the O-Block faction that warred with her son's gang set. Now, I can't lie, that's a fire courtroom sketch. I'm trying to get that framed. That's a fire courtroom sketch, man. The O-Block 5. I don't think that is all of the O-Block 5. Would this be Muwop? Maybe that is Muwop. The janitor, Mufasa Watson, in there, man. Apparently that is 6 members. Man, I might have to get that framed. That is a crazy courtroom sketch. After just 2 days of deliberations, a federal jury on Wednesday convicted 6 reputed gang members in the brazen killing of FBG Duck on the Gold Coast. FBG Duck's mother, aka Mama Duck, Lashina Weekly, cried and hugged family members as the verdict was read around 12:35 p.m., ending a murder trial that had stretched more than 3 months. When stuff like that happens to a good person, regardless of what somebody else thinks of them, it ain't going to go unpunished, she said in an interview. Now, let's keep it real. Mama Duck was sliding on those O-Block boys in the courtroom. Okay, you want to slide in the streets, but your mothers might be sliding in the courtroom. FBG Duck, whose real name is Colton Weekly, was gunned down outside of a luxury clothing store in the first block of East Oak Street on August the 4th, 2020. His girlfriend and another man were wounded in the attack. Prosecutors tied the shooting to a gang war between Duck's Toucaville faction of the Gangster Disciples and the O-Block faction of the Black Disciples, as you may know from Trap Law Ross's excellent documentaries on the matter. The years-long conflict was stoked by drill rap disses between Duck and King Von, whose real name was Davon Bennett, an O-Block leader prosecutors had said had placed a bounty on Duck before being shot to death months later. After following the twists and turns of the trial, Lashina Weekly said that she could finally find some closure. Knowing that they will not do that to another family brings me comfort. Knowing that they will not terrorize anybody else, they're done. The whole crew, O-Block, and everything of it is done. I could never want another mother to feel like this or see their child shot down in the street like a dog. They had FBG Duck death parties. That's how much it meant to them. On Wednesday, Duck's mother and her loved ones said they were planning a different kind of celebration, a Justice for Duck party. And that's Duck's mother, outside the courthouse with her sister, so Duck's auntie, speaking to reporters and just positively glowing in the justice that they've just received. There's a lot more to this, man. Prosecutors have relied on a series of disreputable witnesses to testify about O-Block's inner workings and its lasting feud with Toucaville, which is also known as STL or St. Lawrence. Testimony showed that O-Block collected dues and hosted regular meetings to discuss shootings and drug dealing, claims that were vital for prosecutors to prove that O-Block is indeed a criminal enterprise Enterprise, and that the defendants carried out the attack to maintain or increase their clout within the gang faction. Now, people found guilty: Muwop, Marcus Smart, Christopher C. Thang, Thomas, Kenneth Kenny Mac Robertson, Charles C. Murder Liggins, not getting any not guilty pleas with that name, to Carlos Los Offord and Ralph Teasy Turpin were all found guilty of murder in aid of racketeering and conspiring to kill Duck. Smart, Thomas, Robertson, Liggins, and Offord were also convicted of using a firearm during the commission of the murder, but their verdicts were split. Liggins, an alleged gunman, and Robertson, an alleged getaway driver, were found guilty of shooting Duck's girlfriend and using a gun in the attack, but they were acquitted on the same charges relating to the shooting of the other victim. Smart, another alleged shooter, and Offord, the second driver, were convicted of wounding that victim and using a gun in the shooting, but they were found not guilty of the counts related to shooting Duck's girlfriend. Thomas, another alleged shooter, wasn't convicted of any charges related to the two victims who survived. Maurice Pascal, the acting U.S. attorney in Chicago, said that his office would continue working with law enforcement to prioritize combating the unacceptable gang violence of Chicago. It's about damn time, to be honest with you. We love the music, we don't love the violence. Sort it out. People have the right to go about their lives and walk the streets in safety, free from violence. The jury's verdicts today hold the 6 defendants accountable for the brutal murder that took the life of FBG Duck. People deserve to walk safely and freely in Chicago, and you might catch me walking safely and freely there at some point this year. I will update you on that. Prosecutors said that the afternoon shooting was set in motion when Turpin spotted Duck in a children's clothing store on Oak Street, made a phone call that summoned 2 carloads of people all the way to the swanky shopping district. All the other defendants were identified from surveillance footage at Parkway Gardens, the sprawling apartment complex on the south side, also known as O Block, which allegedly served as the gang faction's power base. The 2 cars were tracked from Parkway Gardens to Oak Street using city surveillance cameras and license plate readers, showing that they all traveled in lockstep. Duck was shot 16 times in less than 20 seconds. The barrage of gunfire outside the Dolce & Gabbana store also struck another shopper and Duck's girlfriend, who tried shooting back using his gun. Offord returned his Ford Fusion to a suburban dealership shortly after the shooting and was picked up with Smart Ezell Rawls, who prosecutors said was one of the shooters who took his own life during the investigation. Police seized Robertson's Chrysler 300 the following day and found a shell casing that matched ballistic evidence that was found at the scene. The defense lawyers were trying to use the scarcity of forensic evidence linking their clients to the scene of the shooting, and they criticized the identifications made from surveillance footage of Parkway Gardens while seizing on the poor video quality and skips in the footage. That shit didn't work out. They threw the book at them. Lawyers for Turpin and Robinson also hammered on the fact that their clients aren't even members of O Block, and Turpin's lawyer, Patrick Boyle, argued that there's no clear evidence showing that Turpin made that fateful phone call that drew the gunman to the Gold Coast neighborhood that day. I believe I saw a photograph of him making that phone call. After jury selection began on October the 10th, the trial... Here we go. This is where it's going to get juicy for me. The trial proceeded in fits and starts. All the while it played out on YouTube channels that highlighted the incendiary testimony of 2 gangbangers turned bloggers who sparred with defense attorneys and created a circus-like atmosphere in the courtroom. You think they're talking about me? I was one of the YouTube channels highlighting the incendiary testimony. Absolutely me. The U.S. District Judge Martha Packold rebuffed a mistrial motion stemming from an FBI agent's testimony about witness retaliation, but it hasn't ruled out a call for mistrial related to a YouTuber's removal from the courtroom. Bro, if these guys get off based on the YouTuber getting removal from the courtroom, that shit's crazy. Anyway, one of the premier YouTube channels on the topic of Chicago gang violence, my big homie Chicago Scene 88, I believe he released a video on the incident summarizing some of the events.
After a trial that lasted more than 3 months.
Oh, he didn't release it. It was Chicago, CBS Chicago. Sorry, I thought Chicago Scene 88. I'm dumb.
So jury convicted 6 men for the murder of rapper FBG Duck. FBG Duck, whose real name is Carlton Weekly, was shot and killed while shopping in the Gold Coast back in August 2020. Feds tied that shooting to a brutal Southside gang war.
Don't show the body and get me demonetized, folks. That won't be the one.
Today, Weekly's mother thanked prosecutors for bringing her son's killers to justice.
I just want to thank the United States government for doing a very good job on making sure that these guys, with the mom or another child again.
The defense will likely appeal today's convictions. Sentencing dates are set for August and September.
So what was interesting was Mama Duck, FBG Duck's mother, actually would go live after the conviction of these Oblockians and turn up to Duck's music and big celebration. So let me see if I can play this. Hopefully she doesn't play too much music, but before we go into this, man, I want to give a big shout out to Mama Duck. I mentioned her a lot in my documentary about Duck's murder before I did the Von documentary, and I just got to say, this is a real strong woman here. Not only does she get a lot of hate for supposedly, being a G, being a gangster, having her own ties to the streets, which I'm sure she didn't choose. She deals with a lot of hate. People sending her videos of her dead children. She's had 2 children killed as part of this O Block gang war. That's going to take a heavy toll on anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't have a child. I don't know if I want kids, to be honest with you. One of the real reasons I'm not sure if I want to have children is because I really don't think I could deal with the stress and the pain of having a child be sick or pass away. And the strength that Mama Duck shows every single day, the fact she keeps on going and that she keeps fighting for justice is nothing short of incredible for me. And I know people hate on her. She absolutely doesn't deserve the hate she gets, and she's somebody that has the utmost respect from me when it comes to this hip-hop media stuff. I really, really respect this woman, and I really, really admire her strength in what she's managed to deal with and overcome over these difficult years.
Pop that pussy.
Pop that booty juice.
And they keep them separated. Keep them separated. Separate.
Yeah, because they can't get down. What up? I'm so go to fuck. That booty juice. That booty juice.
She's got
Right over here, ain't nothing over there. Over here. And I want to see y'all tonight at my house. We popping bottles. We celebrating. We having a justice served for Duck tonight. And y'all better pop out if it's just for a second. Y'all don't want to, from the family mad at me trying to fight me, so these motherfuckers sitting next to the little girls had to walk behind. He ain't never coming back though. What? So y'all think that shit was gonna happen the way it happened?
So what she's saying is that she's saying that somebody came up to her in the courtroom and said, well, Duck ain't never coming back though. Duck ain't never coming home. Almost as if to kind of put her down. That's the type of shit she's dealing with on an everyday basis. I mean, Von ain't coming back either. It ain't funny. You think you're scoring a win saying, oh, Duck ain't coming back. At least Moowop going to be home when he's 75. Give himself a little janitor job. Bro, Von ain't coming back either, bro. All the people that Get Back Gang and all the gangs were even killing Duck in the name of, they're not coming back. It's unfortunate, and rest in peace to everybody who lost their lives in the gang war. T-Roy ain't coming back. Von ain't coming back. Duck ain't coming back. Cash ain't coming back. This shit is sad. A lot of these guys were really talented, and it's really not funny. So somebody running around in the courtroom talking about, oh, Duck ain't coming back though. Bro, it's not cool, man. And like I say, I really, really admire the strength that Duck's mother had to push through with everything that she did.
A motherfucker was gonna get away with it. Y'all don't think that boy anointed? So what's God's child? What y'all think finna happen next?
God's child, baby.
The way they threw them people up under that bus.
Child, baby.
They mixing Lil Durk name and made a mixing. Baby, you better fucking know it.
So she's saying, listen, what do you think happens next the way they mentioned Lil Durk name? She's been saying for a while, she's been hinting, she used to call him Goldilocks, Lil Durk with his dip dreads. They be saying Durk's next, the RICO case, and there's a lot more dirt tied to Lil Durk, He's caught up in the mix of this thing. Lil Durk's brother D-Thang, he allegedly had played a role in this murder of FBG Duck. Lil Durk's brother D-Thang, unfortunately, just like Von, lost his life before this trial took place. D-Thang might have been involved in this case. Von definitely would have been involved in this case and been facing life had he been alive. And when D-Thang got killed, Durk's rapping all about people getting slid on in revenge. And you ain't even, that's not even, we ain't even gotten to the Quando Rondo Lil Pab murder yet. So Mama Duck is hinting at Lil Duck catching a RICO next. It wouldn't surprise me.
Well, you better know it. He don't play about me. And I ain't did shit wrong. Nothing. Nothing wrong.
No, she said stay here.
Right.
Some Asians gonna come.
Right. You can't leave because they finna come talk to me. Yeah.
They asked her twice.
They're finna come and talk to me. I want to talk. Look. Can I speak with you? Is it okay? Huh? All right, go ahead.
I gotta go finish the story. Can I ask questions on the record? So, you know, obviously you guys are out here celebrating.
Yes.
Do you feel like justice was served?
Yes.
with this process?
Yes.
Can you tell me what it's been like? It's been 3 months, this whole process. You've had drama, trials.
So is this a reporter or someone from the police asking her?
Out the courtroom 3 times to just allowing God to do His work.
Be still.
What my journey
that I
say?
am God.
Prayer journey say, and I meant it. I meant it, and that's all I've been is still, because stuff to a good person, regardless of what somebody else think of them, it ain't gonna go unpunished. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. I couldn't mother to feel. I could never want another mother to feel like this, to see their child shot down in the street like a dog.
I laughed at
Okay? They had FBG Duck death. That's how it meant to them. They threw a FBG Duck death party. Okay? Same thing make you laugh, gonna make your ass cry. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
So now I assume though today, obviously, nothing's going to bring your son back.
No,
Nothing's
it's
gonna
not.
Take away
No,
that.
it's not.
But you have a win
Knowing
here.
that they will not do that to
He said you.
they will not terrorize nobody else. Knowing they will not charge nobody else $300 or $400 to take a mural. They're done.
That's crazy. So she says that people are being charged $400-500 to take a picture next to the mural. She's talking about the King Von mural, which is crazy. She's saying they're making money off of this guy that, you know, she's inferring that he had something to do with it.
The whole crew. O Block and everything of it is done. They ass is done.
So I assume they're party today.
Yes, we are. You want to come? A Justice for Duck party. Justice is served. Justice served. You are more than welcome to come.
Justice.
Well, I'm going to go get this done real quick.
If I was in the rack, I would have pulled up.
Thank
Mama
you.
Duck.
Thank
I'm
you
trying to meet
very
up.
much,
Congratulations. I'm
Rhonda.
glad.
Thank you.
Being warm to our
Thank
family.
you. They come to get me now. Bye, y'all.
And she really had that Justice for Duck party. So there was footage that circulated later of Mama Duck turning up to the Exposing Me remix. See if I can get this a little bigger for y'all, for the gang. So I might have to just block a few bits out for copyright. But the song, people were hating on this because she basically, there's a diss in this song where he goes, swerve through the O like I'm from the O, and she's rapping along. So she's talking about smoking on dead ops now. And people are putting this down saying that this ain't cool. But let's be real, this is the Justice for Duck party, bro. Give her a moment. Alright? Here's a comment saying, I really hope I don't express myself wrong, but she's a great contributor to her son's life. I say this as a son of a crack addict trick. Of course, as a man, we are responsible for the direction of our life, but it's hard to start life correctly and get somewhere when we come from shit like this. Celebrating like this after all those losses is sad. I feel like, you know, people are hating on her. I disagree. I respect her. Honestly, I have so much respect for Mama Duck and what she's achieved, and I think she deserves to turn up and play a few Von disses, smoke on some Von, unfortunately, for what everybody wants to say. If anyone is allowed to smoke on these guys for one night, it is her. So let's just have a look at some Chiracology comments on the topic before I hop off. Okay, this was the big post where everybody was revealed on Chiracology, the premier UK drill, it's not UK drill, premier Chicago drill subreddit and gang hangout. These are going to be hilarious. Moowop was on the private jet with Lil Durk. Now he's in a cell for his life. Now he's in a cell for life. This dude's saying, I remember watching Moomop's last live on that jet too. What a crash out. Where is this live? I don't know, but it's in Trap Loros's videos about Durk. Oh dear. Oh dear, your boy archiving the crash out behavior. They definitely not going to sleep tonight. That's a fact. That's a fizzy fact. Okay? It's not a good look. You're going to be crying your eyes out, bro. But they knew this was coming. There's no way they were going to beat this case. Moowop ain't even have to go down like that. He unfortunately did. The O-Block season finale has finally come to an end. That's all, folks. People saying this, the season finale. The whole gang is done. Who's up next season, man? I know they're in there absolutely sick. They know they're never getting out. No more pussy, no more weed, no more flying on the private jet with Durk. Just those four walls and a whole lot of time to think. And yet by the summer, we'll have a whole new group of crash outs to watch on here. It's a never-ending cycle. That's facts. Sloppy-ass drill got them boys caught. Sloppy-ass drill, them boys got a call and just jumped in the car. People saying, do you think they would have ever got Duck if they didn't do it right at that time? Saying, dude's getting life, no parole. All 6 found guilty on a murder charge. Dude's getting mandatory life. They will probably snitch to get less time, especially since it's a federal case. I can see OTF going down eventually because of them talking. Now that, people, that right there, let's end on that, because that right there is the Uno reverse card that I know a lot of people been wondering about, man. O-Block 6, O-Block 5, whatever you want to call them, guilty. So what happens next? FBG Duck's mother was hinting at Lil Durk being next. You know, there's the situation with Durk's brother. There's the situation with Quando Rondo, Youngboy, Lil Pab getting killed in LA. If somebody wants to flip on Durk, they might get themselves out of that jam. That O-Block 5 could turn to the O-Block 4, O-Block 3 real quick. If somebody flipped on Durk and gave them everything and went full 6ix9ine, the feds want Durk. Who knows? Who knows the extent to which Durk is still involved in the streets? It could get crazy, man. So, hell, this could be the final season, or this could be a cliffhanger. But for real, it's been an absolutely wild story. Anybody else in the chat, let me know what you think. I'll just go back and forth with the chat for a couple more minutes, and I'm going to hop off. People are being brutal in the chat, man, talking about cheeks getting clapped for the rest of their lives. I'll be honest, I don't think any of those guys are going to have too much trouble in jail. I think they'll be in jail as legends. They're also tough guys, so I don't think anything's going to happen. People saying Mama Duck might get killed next if she keeps Durk in her mouth. That's pretty crazy. People saying the KTS Dre murder might get resolved. That would be insane. People want an update on the Suspect documentary. Here's the interesting thing. I'm about, I want to say maybe we're like 6 chapters down out of 17. So, I don't want to say less than halfway, because the thing is, it's like it takes a lot of groundwork to get projects off the ground, but I'm aiming to have that documentary finished by the end of the month. That's the goal. That's big goals at the moment. It's a big goal. It's a big, hairy goal. It's audacious, but I'm trying to get it done. I want to drop a video every month on the main channel. I want to drop a video every week on the second channel. And I know I haven't dropped a single video on the second channel. It is disappointing. I'm trying to fix my edit situation. I'm in talks with some new editors to bring into the fold. But I've got 2 main channel documentaries written and recorded, ready to be edited. The editors are they're just editors. It's, you know, they can't edit. For them fingers don't work. Them fingers don't work at quick time, unfortunately. You know, people edit as fast as they can edit, and the videos do look fire. So it is what it is. But I got that. I got a whole Sweden documentary filmed, ready to roll, waiting for the editors. And then on the second channel, I got a whole Chicago video filmed in the edit with another editor on the second channel. Hopefully that drops soon. And then I'm very excited to announce I have done a little documentary on the Young Dolph Big Juk Yo Gotti situation. That's filmed. I'm trying to find an editor for that now. If you know an editor, hit me up. All right. If you know an editor, hit me up. But yeah, I got those filmed, and I'm gonna try. I want to do a little documentary on the Eazy-E Suge Knight situation. To be honest, I know that's been covered a lot, but I just want to start my own little. I want to do my own little thing. But every week I've written and recorded a second channel video since the year started. I've had a grand total of 0 videos edited since we started the year, which is difficult. But I'm putting in work, okay? I need to inject my editor's fingers with some Adderall and get these editors booming this year. But I think once one video drops and then the other videos, they're going to slowly work their way through the pipeline. I'm hoping by February we actually start seeing these videos every week, every month, all that stuff. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you popping in for the O Block trial update. It's been your boy Trap Lord Ross, and I'm out of here.